So making your way off of the Gant through the little airlock that has been extended out from the station, you immediately are hit by the somewhat refreshing, at least better recycled air that stations have compared to ships. It becomes readily apparent when the sort of wash of air blasts through the airlock. It's almost like you're standing on the surface of a proper planet, as opposed to being in a completely manufactured station somewheres in the blackness of space. But as you step through the airlock, you immediately start to take in some of the hustle and bustle of even this sort of remote area of Absalom Station. Fardock is one of the farthest away and quietest areas, and yet there are still dozens of people milling about. For the most part, the people who are here on Fardock, the ones you're seeing at least, are all somewhat rough and tumble, we'll say. They look as if I'll just come flat out and say it, they're probably members of some street gangs within Absalom Station. And all of them are sort of looking at you with a bit of a wary eye, but immediately sizing you up and realizing that they can't possibly bother with you. So they're not going to. Just waves. As you walk out into the sort of main corridor of Fardock, you can see at the far end of it, literally the last possible area, essentially, of Absalom Station, beyond being the void of space, there's a large green doorway. And this is almost looks like a portal, like a force field of a doorway at the end of this hallway. Standing beside it are a pair of giant constructed guardian-like creations that kind of look like what we would envision a sphinx to be, although with bipedal legs. And the two of them are standing motionless at the end of this hallway. You can also see there's a sort of, it appears like a custodial staff, like a bunch of janitors, essentially, who are hanging out, looking at the people who are in these gangs. And there's a sort of weird triangular standoff. You can just feel the tension in the air between these gang people, these two weird statues, and the pack of janitors. But none of them are paying you any too much attention as you sort of stride on out into the corridor. You know where Lorespire Station is, or Lorespire Complex is. It won't take you too long to get there, but even before you start to head off, one of these little gang members makes a run past you, as if they're just blowing by, to head towards this big green portal at the end. As you sort of instinctually move out of the way a little bit to let them go by, this young, athletic, probably in their mid-20s, we'll say, human gang member with these sort of red and blue striped uniform or clothing, bolts on past and makes a jump, literally diving past the now swinging and animated arms of these two sphinx-like constructs at the end, as if they're trying to stop him from getting by. As he does, he hits a somersault, tumbles into a somersault, stands up, reaches out towards this great big green portal, and as it does, those of you who are kind of watching out of the corner of your eye notice all the janitor staff sort of and start to prepare their equipment as if they know what's about to happen and you don't. As soon as this young gang tough reaches out and touches the edge of the portal, you feel a blast wave, a pressure wave wash down the chamber. And carrying with it is what can really only be described as the spaghettified remains of this young gang tough who went reaching for the door. It blows completely past the two sphinx-like guardians to a call-out, a cheer of "Wah-ha!" from all of the gang friends, as the guy didn't quite make it. The janitor staff, one of them, as you're taking in the scene, one of the janitorial people sort of comes up beside you with a mop in hand, getting ready to clean up the spaghettified remains of this poor guy with a simple, "If you kindly get out of the way, please. I'm gonna clean this up."
Well, yeah, buddy. No problem. But what's going on here?
Ask them. They're the idiots who want to try to get through the frickin' door. My goodness. Move. Come on. Scooch.
All right.
Maku's gonna
how many today?
Immediately.
Well, you ask him how many today?
Yeah.
This will be the third one. Today. Oh, in the last 24 hours, I suppose.
Has anyone made it?
No.
What's on the other side?
Ask them. They have all kinds of theories. I just want to clean up the hallway, please.
The first time he said that, Maku has already started to run towards the gang members to ask them
So you head off towards the gang members. You guys are sort of collectively being sort of shoved out of the way by the small pack of janitors who are starting to clean up the remains of this guy. As Maku goes running over to these gang toughs. When they see you coming, they put on great big smiles on their faces. The youngest one might be like maybe 16, 17 kind of thing, and there's a couple of old dogs there who might be in their like 30s or 40s. There's a pretty wide spread. There's a couple orcs, half-orcs, humans, dwarves, elves. There's maybe 10 of them gathered about. And you can definitely see that while they don't have a uniform, they certainly have some color preferences that they enjoy to wear. And as you come running up and approaching, they sort of look down at you. One of them looks down towards you. Well, aren't you just a little ball of fun?
Oh, I try to be.
It's a pleasure to absolutely meet you. Zubak's my name. What's yours?
Oh, my name is Maku Makadin.
Where are you coming from? With your friends? Did you see our buddy? He didn't make it, did he?
Yeah, no, he didn't. He turned into spaghetti.
Well, that tends to be what happens most often.
Why? What are they doing? Why did he run into there and explode?
Well, if I can be very honest with you, and he sort of like reaches in to pull you in almost to like a quasi-hug as he crouches down.
I don't resist the
I start hustling as soon as I see that.
You start to hustle over it.
Yeah.
We've long theorized what might be behind that door. It's one of the only places at Absalom Station that no one really has a clue about. Other than these far watchers, and he points to 2 statues. As he does, you're approaching, he's like, well, behind your friend, those 2 statues.
Hey, hi.
One sec, please, I'm talking to a new friend here.
Yeah. How about you just take that arm and just,
No, we're fine.
I just said, all right, well, hi, I'm here. Now, looking over you.
Well, hi. She sort of stands up to try to reach your stature, which you obviously can't.
Yeah.
So this guy, now that 2 of you are here, I'll say, he's an older, middle-aged human at the very least, who you definitely understand is a bit of a shyster, for sure. He's a con man.
All right.
You can just tell by looking at him.
I put my arm around his.
Certainly.
All right, what are we looking at?
Well, I was just explaining to your friend about the far gate and how, well, there's many of us who have some theories who might be, what might be behind it, where it might go, if it even goes anywhere at all. And every now and then, one of us gets bold enough to go give it a shot, reach for the door. As you can see, you came upon it at the right time for a spectacle. It hasn't worked out too often. We're thrill seekers, simply. Nothing more than that.
All right. Maku?
Yeah?
You cannot touch the gate.
Oh, no, I don't want to turn into spaghetti.
Good to know. All right, cool. Another win for common sense. All right. It's all kinds of theories. Do the sphinxes speak or anything? Those big old bots up there.
No, they haven't said a word since since Absalom Station was really rediscovered, found, re-inhabited. I don't really know how to describe it. This one over here, and he points at one of his gang members, is convinced it's the portal to somewhere as far in the vast. That one thinks it goes to the Viscarium. This one thinks it goes somewhere inside the station. I personally think it's just a really fancy window, and if you make it through, you end up in space. But no one's made it through, as of yet.
Have you tried just sending a camera in there?
The problem is you got to get past the Guardians. It's quite difficult. You saw the little dive that
Yes, but
our friend did.
What if you have a drone and then a camera? Have you tried to just put it in there?
It's weird what happens when a robot gets spaghettified. It's almost the same, but a bit more clinky. Nothing's ever made it through, at least not as long as I've been here.
Not even a little rock?
You could try, I suppose.
Can I try?
I pull out a coin. Well,
how far out did the force wave go?
Pretty far. So, like, if you pictured the big giant, the big portal on the end, you guys are probably like 40 feet away from it, where your little airlock was, and that it felt like it was right beside you. It's a great big concussive wave of force going out.
It's going to take me at least 10 minutes to do the funeral rites here, so nobody else jump through for a minute, please.
You're going to do funeral rites for a person you don't even know?
Why wouldn't I?
Well, I suppose you're not from around here, are you?
Not exactly.
You know, most people don't care so much when we kill ourselves running into this window or wall or door or whatever. They even have a full-time staff here just to clean up our bits, those of us who try to make it through. Maybe ask them to be more polite to us, for goodness sakes. But if you want to do some rites for Fran, we're happy for you to do it.
I'm already doing it. I'm just like shouting over my shoulder to them right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess you can. I'm not too worried about a coin.
Yeah. Well, I pull out a coin. All right, Maku. Heads, you can throw it. Tails, you can't. All right. Heads is even. Tails. Is that I've already forgotten what I said. I flipped the coin to Maku anyway. Take it.
I'm gonna throw the coin from wherever I am, which I probably don't even think was gonna
Yeah,
make it. but
you're like
I said,
hundreds of feet away. You just with all your might hurl the coin. Squelch! It hits some of the goo that's in the floor and sort of slides
Do you
into
have
it.
like a slingshot
No,
or a
Maku.
big elastic?
No, Maku.
One of the janitor people come over at this point, sort of picking up the coin, sort of sloshing off some of the stuff. Whatever you're trying to do, don't try to do it. Take back your money. You don't need to pay us for what we do. We get paid very handsomely. Thanks for the tip, I suppose.
Oh no, I just wanted to see what would happen.
Oh, really don't do that. I don't want to clean you up too.
Oh no, I don't want to be spaghetti.
Huh. Well, you ever seen a coin come back at full speed?
Oh, that's a bullet.
There's a reason we stand over there. And when he points, you realize, and it sort of subconsciously kicks in, that they were standing behind like a painted off area in the floor that's probably not the splash zone, as it were, where they'd be safe.
Would that spot be within 60 feet of the portal?
No.
No. Okay.
Well, I've had enough of this horror show. How do we get deeper into the station that isn't a giant, green viscera portal?
Yeah, the janitor
Okay.
guy and the gang member at the same time start like barking instructions as to how to get out. And really there's no point because there's only one way to go from here, and it's deeper into the station at least. Then they both start giving you can hear them competing for like better shortcuts to get to Lore Spire Complex. But it's really up to you which one you want to choose. But eventually the janitor guy sort of puts up his hand towards this gang member. Listen, stop trying to confuse new guests. They're clearly not from around here. Don't try to rope them in. Just let them go about their business, for goodness sake. He looks to all of you. Do you know how many sort of travelers and passerbyers get wrapped up into all this bullshit? Don't worry about what's going on at the end of Fardock. We don't even know. The council doesn't know. The wardens don't know. No one knows. This is just a bunch of lunatics trying to figure it out. Don't get wrapped into it, huh? Stay away as far as you can. The gang member guy has this like painted on face, like he looks like he's just been horribly insulted. We're not lunatics.
Just curious minds.
What was your friend's name, by the way?
Fran.
Fran?
Yeah.
All right. Fran, may you be blessed in the next life with all the intelligence and friends that you lacked in this life. And I just walk away.
You look over. Many of the other members of this little troop are like feeling solemn, as if you're doing real, legitimate funeral rites. Yes, I'll be his better friends. They all sort of say amongst themselves.
Do you know if your friend had any snacks on him? Because I am feeling very hungry.
Maku, all the snacks are spaghetti now.
Yeah.
The spaghetti does sound tasty.
No,
Don't eat the human.
no,
Don't
please
eat-
no.
Yeah, that's a good way to get thrown in the brig.
Do you have any snacks?
I do, yeah, but it comes with the caveats. Stay with us for a little bit. Give you all the snacks you want.
No, Maku, no, we're going.
We have
Maku,
things to
there's-
do.
there's
There are so many snacks we
Dozens
can
of places to eat between here and where we're going.
get. Yeah,
Starts
if you
to
wanna-
crinkle the
We're
bag
on
of
our way
chips
to a
for
If
you.
you wanna
meeting.
grab
Like,
a
you
bite-
can
I
either
just
have
slice them in
snacks.
half.
Yeah.
We will get you snacks, I promise.
I believe we've wasted
I
enough
promise.
time. Can we continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.